We're coming. We're on. We're on here. How you guys doing? Welcome to the show. It's Traveling with Bruce. It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Thursday, January the 10th, 2019. I'm just pointing at my notes. 2019. How's everyone doing today? Been a busy day for me. I don't know about you guys, but I've been a busy guy today. Lots going on here in the cruise world, and I'll cover some of that with you today. Wishing you all a happy Thursday. Hope you're having a good week, getting ready for the weekend, the first true regular weekend of the new year, I suppose. I can't believe that it's already been, as long as it has. That I've been away from LA. I'm missing it. But when I look out my window, I'm missing LA. Yeah, here in Creston, not so nice. Right now we're about maybe 38 degrees. Not exciting, and yucky. We had snow the last day and a half, but only about 2 inches have come down. Now it's 38, 40 degrees, and it's a melt fest. Everything is melting off. The sun isn't shining, but the cloud is keeping the moisture in here, and it's just awful. I thankfully haven't had to go outside of the house today. Not that I could have. I couldn't go anywhere today the way the things are going in the world of cruising. My goodness, are things happening in the cruising world? It's just nuts. So quickly tell you that when I went off the air yesterday, we were at 8,873 subscribers, which just a thrill in itself. Considering a year ago I was at about 200 subscribers. Right now, 8,934 subscribers and counting. We're on our way to 9,000 by tonight. I don't know about tonight, but probably by tomorrow sometime we might hit 9,000 subs. Unbelievable. That's a long word. Fantastic. 27 to 34, 51 more. Is that right? 61 more since yesterday. Wow, just fantastic. If you're watching me today, right now, if you're watching me right now live and you've never been here before, but you're a new subscriber, or you've stumbled across this channel by some miracle of analytics, search engine mistake, you were looking to bake a cake and you ended up here. I don't know how it happened. I don't bake cakes on here. I like to eat cake, as you can figure that out. But I can make a cake out of a box, by the way. I can do a Betty Crocker cake. Yeah, just a couple eggs, some water, mix it all up, and some oil, and yeah, I can do that. But I like to eat cake more than anything else. Anyway, if you're here for the very first time, to get back to my point, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this crazy guy talking about cruise ships from Creston. Sign in. Say hi to me. Tell me, where are you watching me from? Where are you? What's your country or town? If you're from the U.S., just tell me what town you're from. I know where you're at. I'm sure I'll know. Unless you're from an obscure little village in Iowa or Ohio or something, you'll get me. You'll stump me for sure. But if you're from, say, Ireland or the UK, or you're from Germany or from Austria or from Slovenia, say hi to me, please. Tell me the country, the name of your city, village, town, whatever. And if you don't mind, tell us here on the show, what's your high temperature today? What's the price of gas in your neighborhood? Whether it's by the gallon or by the liter, I don't care. And we'll try to figure out how much that costs in American to kind of compare. Also, by the way, I love it when you guys tell me this. Some of you folks are getting commercials before I go on the air. Let me know what commercials you are seeing on my channel, whether you're seeing a commercial before this show started or whether you've seen a commercial before one of my regular videos. Let me know. I'd like to know who the advertisers are that are advertising on my channel. I'm kind of curious, because I can't see them because I'm just the creator. If I watch my own video, it just plays. It doesn't show me a commercial to my own channel, if you know what I mean. So that would be tremendous. So thank you one and all for finding me, coming by here today, and enjoying the show. I hope you're going to enjoy my show. I've posted 2 videos today and 1 last night since I last saw you guys. So if you are a subscriber to this channel, I'm grateful. If you're not a subscriber, I would, and you like watching information about, learning information about cruise ships, cruise lines, and that thing, I would urge you to do 2 things. Number 1, subscribe to this channel immediately. There's a button there, and there's a button there somewhere. One of those, there's 2. One of these 2 buttons has a little bell icon beside it. You got to hit that. You got to hit it. Nail that thing, because it will give you, you're telling YouTube, you're telling YouTube to give you alerts, email alerts that Bruce is live or has just released a video, because you never know when I'm going to do another one. I did not know after I got off my show last night that at 11:30 Eastern, I would be releasing a video last evening about the Oasis of the Seas. But I did, breaking story, and out it went. And then I didn't know that this morning at, I don't know what time around here, about 9 or 10 in the morning around here, I had to do another one on the Oasis of the Seas. And then just 45 minutes ago, an hour ago, I just released another video about another topic, which I'm going to talk about here. So hit that bell notification icon. Even if you are already a subscriber, you're already subscribed to my channel, you've already taken that great leap. Hit the bell notification icon if you haven't done so already, because it will give you alerts as to when yours truly is doing something, and then you can stay right on top of it, and you'll know what's going on when I come live the next time talking about whatever I'm talking about. You'll go, oh yeah, that video he just did, that's what he's talking about. Okay. Thank you. Thank you also out there, all of you guys. A number of you folks have just are so good to me. You are sharing my videos with your friends on Facebook. You see the video. I'll post a video on this channel. I'll then post it on the group page. I have a Traveling with Bruce group page, and folks are they're sharing that video from my group page to their friends in Facebook all around the world. I thank you so much for that. That is driving the analytics computers happily crazy. Happily, they're just loving it at YouTube, because YouTube senses, they can figure out where are these viewers coming from for Bruce's channel. And the more Bruce's channel shows YouTube that it's not just a USA or a Canada local kind of channel, this is a worldwide channel with worldwide followers, it will promote my videos to more viewers around the world. And the more that happens, the larger the channel grows, and the more ads will, the more of the ads will generate revenue, which comes to me because I'm a full-time YouTuber, and that helps me make a living. So thank you, all of you, for helping me out with that. Also, thumbs ups. If you give me a thumbs up on this show, that's great. I love it. You know I love it. But if you can give me thumbs ups on any video I've ever done, if you're watching a video of mine that I made yesterday, last week, last month, last year, and you give it a thumbs up as well, or make a comment and a thumbs up, oh man, that also lights up the analytics sensors at YouTube headquarters. It also shows them this guy has got engagement, because I answer comments almost 90% of the time, unless they're, you know, really offensive, or I'll just delete offensive ones. Of course, if it's bad language, you're gone. But I try to react to comments. I might only do a little heart reaction, like love the comment, little heart symbol, which you'd be notified of. But other times I'll write a comment back if I can. But it used to be I used to get about 4 or 5 a day. Now I'm getting about 50 a day, 50 comments a day. If I don't look at my comments for 3 days, it's going to take me an hour to catch up on my comments. This is what happens with larger YouTube channels, and eventually you hire assistants to help you. Not quite there yet. I got a long ways to go. I got to keep going with what I'm going on. Anyway, thank you for all of you out there who are sharing my videos. Thank you out there for those of you who are picking up Traveling with Bruce merchandise. Cannot thank you enough for that. I have 35 different logos out there. Check them out. You haven't been there for a while. RedBubble. I have a link to RedBubble in my description down below, or on my homepage somewhere up here are little icons on the corners. One of the corners, and one of them is a RedBubble icon. You can check out the RedBubble store, see all the different merchandise I have, including the matching coffee cup. Look at that. You can get the matching shirt and the cup. Oh, yeah. Caffeine-free Diet Coke. Thank you, Coca-Cola. And then thank you also those of you out there who've been kind enough to send me out-and-out donations through my PayPal donate button. Thank you for that. I won't talk about that anymore today. Although I am looking for one person. I'm waiting for one person to show up again. I haven't seen the name here for a while. And he comes by from time to time. He did a donation on the channel a few days ago, and I wanted to thank him, and I haven't seen him here yet. So he's a busy guy. But anyway, I like to give out shout outs to anyone who does a donation to the channel. Jennifer and I cannot be more grateful whenever one of those comes around. So thank you. Okay, news of the day. I've got 2 news features of the day. The first one is about the Oasis of the Seas, Carnival Cruise Line, mega cruise ship. 6,500 passengers, 2,200 crew, almost 9,000 people are on board this thing from time to time. Right now, the Oasis of the Seas is home porting out of Port Canaveral. And on last Sunday, was it 4 or 5 days ago, she left Port Canaveral for a Western Caribbean cruise. And she spent a day at sea, went to Labadee, went to Falmouth, Jamaica yesterday, all day long, and was supposed to be at sea today and Cozumel tomorrow, another sea day, and then back to Port Canaveral on Sunday. That was the original itinerary of the ship. Well, the ship left Port Canaveral on Sunday. It went to, was at sea for a day. Then it went to Labadee for the day. And then yesterday she pulled into Falmouth, Jamaica. And there were a whole bunch of passengers looking to get off the ship and take tours and do whatever they were going to do. And they had an outbreak, a level 3 outbreak of norovirus, that intestinal infection. And 167 people, I believe, was the count as of last night. And the doctor on board and the medical staff on board were treating the patients best they can, usually with over-the-counter type medication. And the numbers just kept growing and growing and hit level 3, which is 2% of the ship's population was infected with the norovirus. The ship, however, in reality, the ship got to Falmouth, and the officials, the Jamaican officials, were notified that we've got an outbreak of norovirus. And the Jamaican officials said, no one gets off this ship. Nobody's getting off on the island. You're staying on that ship, all of you. So the passengers were not allowed to get off the ship to go to their tours, walk around, do whatever. They were stuck on board. Now, of course, if you're a healthy adult or child and you're stuck on board the Oasis for the day, there's lots to do on the cruise ship if you're a healthy individual with all those surf riding machines and the zip lines and the rock climbing walls and the Ferris wheels and the spas and everything else. But if you were under the weather, you weren't getting off the ship anyway. You were going to stay on the ship in your cabin, and you were just going to try to get better. But for those folks who wanted to get off the ship and take a tour, all ruined. And so the cruise line immediately offered everybody a one-day refund for the cruise. They immediately said, you're going to get 1/7 of your fare back. All of you who've booked excursions, those will be refunded to you. You won't be charged for those. And I don't know about the port charge being reversed. I'm not sure how that went. In any event, that was yesterday. And in the afternoon, the ship left Falmouth, Jamaica. But before it left, additional medical people were brought on board the ship. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, excuse me, and Carnival and Norwegian, and all these guys, they have emergency standby personnel they can bring on a ship if they need help, especially from a medical point of view. So they called in a few nurses, probably some doctors, to come on the ship, stay with the crew until Sunday, when they would get back to Port Canaveral, and then they would fly them back to Jamaica, and pay them for their time. So a number of medical people were added to the crew yesterday in Falmouth, Jamaica, to handle the 167 ill passengers. Well, last night, the ship was at sea, was heading to Cozumel, Mexico, where it was going to be tomorrow. Today was a sea day. And this morning, I guess about noon Eastern or something like that, because around 10 in the morning of my time, I got an alert that the rest of the cruise has been canceled. The ship is not going to Cozumel after all. It is heading back now to Port Canaveral. Cruise is over. All excursions are, of course, canceled in Cozumel, and all passengers are now getting a full refund for the entire cruise. And the numbers of ill passengers has gone from 167 now to 277, and that includes members of the crew. The crew is coming down with norovirus as well. The ship is, I'm sure, right now as we speak, desperately sending out teams and teams of crew with disinfectant sprays and cloths to wipe down every handrail, elevators, probably every half hour. They're probably trying to fight this virus everywhere they can. But you think about the size of this cruise ship, 230,000 tons, 1,100 feet long, practically 1,200 feet long, and 200 plus feet wide. It's impossible to completely disinfect the entire ship in one go. I mean, it's just a big job, and so they're doing what they can to limit the exposure. But the fact remains that now with 277 passengers falling ill, I believe they've passed the 3% threshold, and this is a red light going off at CDC headquarters in the USA, and the ship now has got to go back to home port. And they will be back one day early. They will disembark all passengers on Saturday instead of Sunday. You've got to get them off that ship. And then a whole bunch of people who are waiting at the pier, they'll be waiting at the dock, not hazmat people, but basically sanitation engineers are waiting to get on that ship and really disinfect it. They'll be working the carpeting, the flooring, all the walls, all day Saturday night, all day Sunday morning, right until passengers get on that ship Sunday afternoon. There will be all kinds of people on board that ship to make sure they can eradicate wherever and whatever is happening or this norovirus has been spread to. The problem is this virus is a nasty little bugger. If I have the virus and I wipe myself like that and then I touch a handrail, the virus is on the handrail potentially. And it can last 48 hours on the handrail, even at room temperature. It won't die for 48 hours. If you spray it with a disinfectant and wipe it, you might get it. You might not. You might just move it. It has to really be attacked relentlessly. But the problem, of course, is the second person touches the handrail and then they push an elevator button. It's now on the elevator button. The next guy to push the elevator button does that, touches the handrail in the elevator. It's now on the elevator handrail. So now it's in 4 spots. It just keeps going out and out. And if you've got 277 people who are infected now, they were infected days ago because the signs don't show up for a few days. They've been everywhere on that ship. 277 people have been on the ship everywhere on that ship. So what haven't they touched? They've touched every chair, table, hallway, chair out in the pool deck. What haven't they touched? So this is a problem, and so this is why these cruise lines take this so seriously. Royal Caribbean is doing the absolute right thing. They have canceled this cruise right from here, get people back home ASAP, get them off the ship Saturday, and work that ship for 24 plus hours to disinfect it. Now, I suspect, apart from the refund, I think the cruise line will help people who are supposed to fly home on Sunday, that were expecting to get off the ship on Sunday and they're going to fly home Sunday night. They need a place to stay Saturday, so they'll get them looked after in a hotel, I am sure, for Saturday night so that they can fly home on Sunday. So I'm sure the cruise line is assisting where it has to, and get people home safely and that type of thing. And it's just a whole domino effect of a mess here. So I've done the 2 videos, the one last night talking about the 167 passengers getting ill, and then today about the cancellation of the cruise, the refunding of the money. And so if you've seen the video, thank you. If you haven't, please check it out. And if you can share it, please do, because it's a breaking news story. And I think a lot of people will be interested to know about this because there are a lot of passengers getting ready to go on the next cruise coming up on Sunday, and the cruise after that, they would want to know what's going on. So this is why, if we can spread the word out, that would really help. All right. That's the first story I want to talk about. Second story is a video I just released 45 minutes before going on the air. It had to do with a family that went on the Carnival Triumph cruise ship. I believe it was about a week or so ago, a week and a half ago. And the ship either departs from Galveston or New Orleans. I can't remember exactly which of the 2 ports. It really doesn't matter. It's not important to the story. The family's from Arkansas. They got to the ship. They were on I think a 1-week cruise that included a couple of stops in Mexico. Excuse me, in Mexico. While on the ship, 3rd, 4th day in, I guess, the one of the family members, his first name is Chase, 22-year-old young guy, college student, healthy as a horse, immediately just got violently ill. Terrible abdominal pain. They got him down to the medical room. The doctor took a look at him and observed him and figured out pretty quickly He is suffering from an appendicitis attack. He has got his appendix is acting up. But on board the ship, on this particular ship, there's only so much the doctor can do. Pain medication is one, but he can't treat the cause of the issue. And there goes my phone. I can't take that call. Sorry, someone's calling me during the air. I can't talk during the air. Someone's going to call me back after the hour. In any event, the patient had to be evacuated off the ship, and so the doctor called the bridge. The bridge made some calls, and they immediately figured out they were very close to Cancun, Mexico, and there was a Mexican Navy cutter ship very close by, and so the cruise ship and the Navy cutter rendezvoused as close as they could towards Cancun. And the doctor arranged for the transportation of the patient off the ship. Now, his mom accompanied him, as far as I know. I'm not sure about any other family members. And they got him onto the cutter, and they then went to shore. And the patient and family member went onto the ambulance, and they were taken into a private hospital in Cancun. And the story goes that the ship, the doctor on board the ship, or let's say that the representatives from Carnival on board the ship, I don't want to say necessarily the doctor, they made calls to this private hospital and arranged for an emergency admission into the hospital. This was in the evening. And the family was told that they would have to have a $3,000 deposit available to admit the son for surgery into the hospital. And the family was able to do that. They probably ran it up on a credit card. And he went in and was immediately given painkillers, observed by the doctors. They did the scans, they did blood testing, and they too determined, yes, he has a problem with his appendix, and it might burst. We're going to have to do surgery to remove it. Then as they were getting ready for surgery at 2 a.m. in the morning, the family was informed by hospital officials that they now needed to come up with a $25,000 guarantee, in other words, a deposit, for them to perform the surgery, because they didn't have travel insurance. They didn't have any medical insurance, travel insurance for this holiday. At 2 in the morning, the family could not come up with $25,000 of guarantee coverage. And so the doctors said, well, we'll wait till the morning, and we'll do surgery in the morning if you can provide it by then. In the meantime, the family's scrambling, making phone calls, seeing what they could do. They ended up trying to contact medevac companies to fly him out of Mexico to the U.S. If they could get him to the States, he would be treated there because he's under 26, and I guess under Obamacare, he's covered, or under the family's insurance, they have medical insurance back in the U.S., he's covered, and they'd be all right. They had to get him to U.S. soil. A medevac plane, $19,000 to get you to Miami, $29,000 to get you back to Arkansas. They didn't have that kind of money either. And the next morning, he was disconnected from the IVs. All pain medications were taken out and taken away, and he was in effect discharged involuntarily from the hospital, taken by ambulance to the General Cancun Hospital. Think third world, with people waiting in the hallway for anyone to see them. He was in dire straits. He was in a hospital gown. He was in severe pain, and his condition was deteriorating rapidly. The family was panicking what to do with this poor guy. They then found another private hospital in the Cancun area that would take him in, and for $6,000 would do the operation. They would take a $6,000 deposit against the cost of the operation to treat him. They could come up with that, and so he was taken to a hospital, I believe it was known as the Hospital Victoria in Cancun. The operation was conducted. It was successful. The appendix had not burst, but it was badly infected, and it was no wonder why he was in such agony. Now the struggle for the family continues. They can discharge him by tomorrow. They've got to get him back to the States, and the only way to get him back safely, according to the doctors, is he cannot sit in economy he can't sit upright at all. He has to be in a lying down position. And they're saying that at the very least, you got to find him something like a first-class seat where he can lie flat and be transported back to the USA on a commercial flight. That's at the very least. So they're going to have to come up with that. Ever tried to book a last-minute first-class seat before? You don't want to be in that position unless your boss is paying for it. You don't want to be the boss, though, I'll tell you that. Anyway, yeah, what a mess. I'm thinking they're going to have to find $25,000 to $50,000. I don't know if they're doing a crowdfunding campaign or what. Haven't heard that yet. I've just got this much information so far, but this just goes to show you, if you're traveling out of the country, you're going to need to seriously look at travel and medical insurance, because as healthy as we think we are, and I'm guilty of this, I'm telling you right now, I'm guilty of this offense myself. As healthy as we think we are, we could be in trouble at any time on this kind of a thing. And I just mentioned it today as a video, as another another example of how a cruise can turn into a nightmare. This case, it turned into a nightmare medical story, and a 22-year-old college student you wouldn't think would just get violently ill in the middle of a cruise. I mean, who would have thought? Unbelievable. But yes, it can happen and can be severe and can be life-threatening at any time. It's quite interesting story. I forgot to mention one other little point. When they got him when they were in the private hospital, the next day, they found out through Mexican immigration officials. They were contacted by the Mexican immigration department. They're in the country illegally. They weren't supposed to be there for any reason whatsoever, but of course the medical reason. They were traveling as Americans on the cruise ship from a U.S. port, ultimately back to a U.S. port. They didn't need to bring passports with them, so they didn't have passports. But now that he was in the country for a 24-hour period unauthorized, he is in violation of Mexican immigration laws. He has to get a passport to prove to them that he's a bona fide U.S. citizen and is allowed access into Mexico. So now they've been scrambling while all of this medical drama is going on. They were scrambling with the U.S. State Department to get him an emergency visa at great expense, all in one shot. So I'll tell you, if the stress wasn't enough, you had this on top of everything else. And this is for every family member that's with him, not just him, the entire family. Yuck, unbelievable. Like I said, it's just unreal. I just mentioned that, I mentioned this as another example of how ugly it can get when it just seems like all we're doing is taking a 5 or 7 day cruise from the U.S. To a couple of spots in Mexico and back to the States. I mean, how bad can it be? It can be really bad. And it's not just 74-year-olds or 80-year-olds that are on meds and having all kinds of problems all of a sudden on a cruise ship. Now, it can happen to any of us for any reason, and you just never know. So anyway, there you go. That's my those are my stories today. How about that? Not happy times, huh? The Oasis of the Seas. I would be disappointed if I were a healthy individual on the ship, because my cruise got cut short. But of course I got refunded, so I'm not out the dollars, but I'm out the experience. But I'd be grateful as can be that I didn't get the virus. The question I have, of course, is of the 277 now, how many more are going to get coming down? How many more will come down with the symptoms of the virus between now and when they get back to Port Canaveral, and then after people disembark and go home and feel ill a couple of days after that? It could be hundreds more. We don't know. It really is something. Of course, I'm one of the passengers right now that's been sick for 3 days. I am not having a good time as it is, and I'm just suffering through it, and wishing it were over. It's unbelievable. So anyway, there you go. There's a couple of stories for you today that are going on. I've had to make videos about all of it, and I've been kind of busy. It's been kind of busy. Now tonight, I'm supposed to be on 8 o'clock tonight for trivia. I will be on at 8 o'clock tonight. I just haven't had a trivia question prepared yet. So after I get off this show, I got to get my trivia questions ready for my next show. So join me at 8. Should be a lot of fun as you watch this guy scramble to give you trivia questions because of all the activities going on shore on the oceans today, at least with these two stories. Unbelievable stuff. Anyway, there you have it. Let's say hi to who's here. Thank you for joining me, everyone, today. I have 18 thumbs ups for this show already. Thank you very much for that. If any of you out there can spare a thumbs up for this guy, I would appreciate it. Every thumbs up helps me get noticed by YouTube and helps promote the channel. Thank you very much. Going up to 9,000 subs by tomorrow. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. Next stop after that, the big 10,000. And wasn't it just a couple of months ago we celebrated 5,000 subscribers on this channel? Unbelievable. I'm grateful and so excited about all of it. BB's Fantastic Adventure said hi to me first today. He said hi to me at what was that be? 4:36 Eastern time. Hello all. Tom Henry, hi everybody. Still at work today. Busy. Got to get ahead before my next trip next weekend. Tom Henry saying it's 36 Fahrenheit in Richmond, Virginia. I've been listening to Bruce's big SRV video. I've been listening to this video again, he says. What a good thing to listen to while doing work, laugh out loud. I am wondering if the parts about the water damage are true. Is this a true story? He goes on to say, we have friends outside D.C., Washington, D.C., that went on vacation years ago and came home to find water running down out under their garage door. Oh, man. The washer water hose had ruptured, and unfortunately, the washer is in the basement. The basement filled up with water, and then it came to the garage level and ran out onto the street. Lots of mold damage to the flooring. What a cleanup it was. What a story. Well, if you watch my video, and I cannot emphasize to you enough, folks, if you want to see a story about my big ass RV, this is the one. This is the video of videos. It was a live show. I went on about it and told everybody what had happened, and it's an unbelievable story. But inside the story, I mentioned that the house had suffered water damage, and it is true. That is absolutely true. That this house that I am in here with Jennifer, this house used to be owned by my mother and father. This used to be my parents' house many years ago, and my mother lived in this home after my father passed in 2000. She lived in here for 15 years on her own. But finally, she had to move into a smaller accommodations, and she now is in a senior center and is loving it. But this house, when she moved out, you can imagine it looked like a granny house, and to try to market the house, it was impossible. We were just thinking of selling it, for her and adding the proceeds to her estate, but couldn't do it the way it was. So we thought, well, we'll clean up the place, and we'll throw out all the granny stuff, and what we keep, what we don't want to keep, we'll do. Anyway, we did all that, and we put the house up for sale, and the house was on the market for several months, and no nibbles. And one night in I think it was early January, so this would be now 3 years ago or 2 years ago. This is 19, 18, 3 years ago, I guess, 16. January evening, it was the coolest night of the year for Creston. Now, Creston usually doesn't get cold, but the first winter I was here, it did get cold. But anyway, it doesn't really get that cold here. It usually goes down into the mid-20s, low 20s maybe. Well, Creston got into the mid-teens one night, and my mother's furnace that is as old as the house from 1977 gave out and stopped. And what happened was that over the hours, as time went on, the pipe underneath the kitchen sink on the upper level of this house had water in there, and because the water wasn't turned off, and it froze, and it created a crack in the hose, and water started to leak out. And since there was the crack occurred where even with the taps off, the water was still leaking out of the bottom of from the bottom of the sink there. It leaked, and we think it leaked for days before anyone knows, because there's nobody in the house. There's nobody living here. A realtor only comes by here once in a blue moon, and at the time, our realtor was on holidays in Mexico, and there was nobody coming to the house to check on it. And the water leaked and leaked and leaked, and this is the upstairs unit, and the water leaked through the kitchen into the dining area towards the living room area, went to where the walls are, and went down the walls to the lower level of the house, leaked into the ceiling of the house, the roof below, and in our mudroom, which is underneath the sink, is where we have a washer and a dryer, and we know that the water leaked for days because the washing machine, which was a top loader, had its lid open, and it was full of water by the time we discovered and were told what had happened. I got a phone call on a Saturday night from the neighbor of this house, who happened to have my number through some miracle, and called me and said, listen, I'm your mother's neighbor, and there's water coming out her front door onto the street here beside my house. My husband was taking a walk. We took a peek in your window in the mudroom, and there's water all over your mudroom, dripping down from your ceiling like a cascade. And so I was 400 miles away. I had to fix it, had to handle it. Got on the blower, and I was able to call an emergency number for the town of Creston. The waterman, I was able to call him. He called me back. I left a message. He called me back. I told him what happened. He said, I'll just go to the house and I'll shut the water off from the town to the house. I'll just cut the water off right at the street level. So 20 minutes later, he called me. He said, water's off, but yeah, you got water coming out your door, and you've got a water problem in your basement, and it's coming from upstairs. I said, all right, I will get someone over there. So I called the real estate company, finding out that my realtor's not in town. Found out I got a hold of a secondary realtor, another realtor there, and she came to the house and came in this house in the evening at 10 at night with in the dark, and she came upstairs and she said, yes, everything is flooded up here, everything is flooded downstairs. She took some photos with her telephone, sent them to me so I could see what was going on. And I then found a home repairer type outfit. That person came to the house the next day. They got the keys from the neighbor. Had a pair of keys apparently. They got a key from the neighbor, and told me what went on. And then we had to refurbish this house. So that's what happened. This house got redone. New floors, new ceilings downstairs, new furnace. Threw in a new roof while we were at it. New washer and dryer. New kitchen appliances. Redid the entire house. And tried to sell it again. And this took a year, almost a year, and no bites on the house. And so Jennifer and I decided we would buy the house because it's no longer a granny house. Everything has been redone. Everything is brand new. And the house is as solid as a rock. And the plumbing's pretty good too. So we bought the house and moved here a little over 2 years ago. And that's the story of the house inside the story of the big ass RV, which you've got to see that video to totally appreciate this entire tale of the big SRV. So there you go. There's a little preview for you of what happened. It's incredible. It's an unbelievable story. And Tom Henry, you are right. It's an absolute. This truly happened. It really did. And I appreciate you mentioning it. Linda Buffington is here. Hi, Linda. How are you? Hi, Bruce. A very sunny day here in Reno. 46 degrees. Fahrenheit, snow still on the ground at my house, she says. Gas is down 4 more cents a gallon to $2.65 a gallon, and American Cruise Lines is advertising on your channel again today. Thank you so much for telling me that, Linda. I appreciate that very much. Interesting about the gas and the advertiser. Kat Rose is here. Hi there, Kat from Sacramento. Paul Wilkes, hello, Bruce and all. It's 27 degrees. With a feel-like temperature of 16 here in Virginia. You're getting ready for snow, aren't you? You've been told. Linda, hi, Kat from Reno. Kat Rose, 52 Fahrenheit in Sacramento. It's drizzling. Alan Carter, hi from Calgary. It's +6 Celsius. That's about 42 Fahrenheit. Big turnaround. Fantastic for Calgary. And it'll be that warm for a couple of days, I'm told. Tom Henry, hi there, Paul Wilgus, and Kat Rose. Kat, too damn cold, Paul. Paul Wilgus, hi there, Tom. Michael Cruz Lover is here. Hello, all. Paul Wilgus, it is Kat. Tom Henry, keep the air cold for the snow. Paul Wilgus, this morning it was 18. It feels like -9. Didn't feel nice. Yikes, Kat Rose, no thank you. Agnes, New Jersey, hi. Somehow, no notification for the live chat. Not sure why. But hello, TWB family. Still very windy again today, but colder and no sun today. Yikes. Cat Rose, sorry I missed yesterday. Michael Cruise Lover, the ad before the show was Butcher Block Meat Delivery Service. You guys want a steak or something like that, or some Butcher Block meats? Wow, there you go. They're advertising too on my channel. That's fantastic. Paul Willis, you can have the snow, Tom. They changed our forecast from 5 to 10 inches to 4 to 7 inches, but now they're adding freezing rain. Oh, great. Oh man, that won't be fun. Sylvan Forest is here. Hi, Bruce and all. It's coldish right now, 74 degrees Fahrenheit in Delray Beach. So RNC takes place inside. So the restaurant, like rum and coke, is being had inside the house today. Thumbs up, everybody. Beef bourguignon, beef bourguignon, how do you pronounce that, is simmering with red wine, onion soup, and pound cake. Will be good. Holy moly, Sylvan, you got me licking my chops. That's fantastic, man. Thank you for that. Cat Rose, I was at an appointment to change insurance group and the doctor's office. Missed your show. Sylvan Forest cake mix, retro bade satanas. I don't think he's a fan of boxed cake recipes. I think he'd do it from scratch. As far as Sylvan's concerned, Robert Robinson, a GoDaddy smart line phone advertised on your channel today. Right on, sir. Thank you for that info. Sylvan, gas today was 203.9 a gallon, by the way. Tom Henry, I do not like ice. Had some real bad experience. One day, I backed my 79 Mustang out of the driveway, but could not get forward. I was able to get out and push it sideways onto the yard. 79 Mustangs, never liked ice, never will. Yeah, I believe you there. Paul Wilgus, I want to come to your house and eat, Sylvan. Yeah, no kidding. Who doesn't? Mr. Pat 123, hi there, Kellysville, California, 53 degrees today. Mr. Pat 123, welcome to my show. Welcome to my channel. You're a first timer. Glad you're here. Thank you for coming by. This is great. Tom Henry, some of that good blueberry cake. Oh man, Sylvan, we actually locked the doors before I start dishing out dinner. The neighbors just might slip in while we're eating. You know, we can't have that. We lock the doors because there's no more joiners here. Oh, well done, Sylvan. Michael Cruz Lover, $1.71 a gallon at Costco in Lubbock. Temperature is 60, and we've got showers today. Trevor Strenta, hello there. Hi, Trevor. How you doing? Kelly Haston, hi, Bruce. Seen a commercial from Nissan today. Right on. Nissan Motors. Fantastic. Paul Lucas, laugh out loud. Sylvan. Tom Henry, train Lucy to take care of the unwanted guests. Laugh out loud, says Tom. Paul Lucas is laughing out. Tom. Laurel Gurley is here. American Cruise Line was your ad. River Cruise ad live in Huntington Beach. $2.99 for gas. Right on. That is what I was paying in Playa Vista last week at the Costco when I was visiting my daughter down in LA. Jennifer and I filled up at $2.99 a gallon at the Costco. Best price we could find in LA at the time. Laurel, welcome to the show. Sylvan, American Cruise Lines wants to take me to New England. Not going to happen, but I watched the whole thing in an effort to help you. You don't have to watch the whole ad, guys. If you watch 30 seconds of any ad, I get paid. After that, it doesn't matter. It's okay. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Chef C is in the house. Hi, Bruce. How are you? Hope it's good. I am good. I hope you're well too, Chef. Welcome to the show today. Cat Rose, why not, Sylvan? Paul Wilgus, Sylvan, I am so tired of that ad. I hate it. Sylvan, I'm originally from Montreal. I have seen New England, and if it doesn't have a 500-foot buffet, it's just not seaworthy. I mean, if it's just a river cruise and it's got a 50-foot buffet, what's the point of that? When you've been on the big ship with a 500-foot buffet, now you're talking. You got some selection here. I understand, sir. Well done. Ed Tolson from New York. Hello, Bruce and all. 31 and windy here today. Gas $2.51 at the nearest gas station. Right on, Ed. Welcome, sir. Cat Rose. I see. Cool Jazz. Hello from cold New York City. Current temperature 35 degrees. As was the American Cruise Line. That's what we saw the ad for as well. Paul Lucas, hey, cool. How are you doing today? Cat Rose, I want to go to Montreal again. Brian Hodgson, just seen an advert called TikTok on your channel. I have no idea what that's for, Brian, but thank you for mentioning it. Arthur Hernandez, very cool here in Boca Raton, 67. Outrageous, unbelievable. Cat Rose, yeah, Cat Rose, I hate those stupid TikTok ads. What is TikTok for? Does anybody know what do they sell? What is that company? Sylvia, hello from Greensboro. It's 31 degrees. Hi there, Sylvia. Paul Lucas, hi there, Sylvia. John D, snow is over a lot. Now the cold weather will arrive below 0 at night tonight, Fahrenheit in northern New York. Oh man, lots of snow there, lots of cold temperatures. Cool Jazz, hello, Tom Henry, Paul Lucas. How are you guys doing this cold day? Cat Rose, I'm glad I do not live back there. Paul Lucas, Cool Jazz doing okay, but the but we're colder than you, so quit complaining. Cool Jazz is laughing out loud. Sylvia, hey Paul, too cold for me here. Sylvan Forest, I hate the flow rider. I hate the flow rider. I tried it once, fell within 3 seconds. The water pushed me off the ramp into the back of the machine, trying hard to rip off my swimming shorts. Good thing it wasn't a Speedo. Good thing. Really, yeah, good thing all the way, whether you were using it or not. Good thing. Yes, sir. Just not Speedo worthy. I don't think so. I'm not. Cat Rose, I wonder, a way of scanning is make sure none is carrying before letting. I'm not sure what she's saying there. Sylvia, hi there, Cat. Patricia Lynn Reither, which boat? Question mark. I'm not sure who she's referring this to. Sylvan, hi, Cool Jazz. Paul Wilgus, Sylvia here too. Cat Rose, Oasis. That's the ship. Oh, you're talking about the Norovirus is on the Oasis of the Seas. Patricia Lynn, right there. Lovely. I hope nothing like happens on us on Symphony in July. Hope not too. Cool Jazz, is there any news on the Epic SOT leaving Nassau this morning? Was not supposed to be there. Stayed for like an hour. I have not heard, but if it went to Nassau for about an hour, then likely they dropped off a passenger who was ill. That was likely the game plan. There was probably somebody in very bad shape, and they were close enough to just go into port, drop somebody off, and leave again. That could have been it. I don't know. Kenneth Chow, horrible to hear about the norovirus on the Oasis. Cool Jazz, hello, Sylvia. How you doing? Sylvia, Bruce, if you wash your hands, will you still get the norovirus? Well, if you wash your hands, whatever virus you had, you're not spreading. But if you wash your hands and then walk down the hallway and put your hand on the handrail to steady yourself, you might have just picked it up again. So, you know, what can I tell you? It is a nasty little bug. Cool Jazz, nothing, some Clorox bleach won't clean up. Yeah, it would, but think about the size of the ship, the logistics of how many hundreds of staff members for hours and hours on end to go from one end to the other. It's just staggering how much work will have to be done on this. It is unbelievable. Cool Jazz said that. Cat Rose, but those been exposed and not sick yet will be spreading it all over. You're right, Cat. Sylvia, hey, cool, doing great, but cold, wearing the heavier coat today. Patricia Lynn, spread the word like the virus, laugh out loud. Sorry, is that too soon for the puns? It's all good, Patricia Lynn. It's all good. Rob Sauter, hello, everybody. Hey, Rob. Cool, Jess. I hear that cold here also. The steamer is in town. What size does TWB Speedos go up to? If I can get my hands on TWB Speedos, Bruce, what size do you offer? What size do you need? What size do you need there, steamer? 4XL, 5XL? What's the size for you, buddy? Oh man, steamer. I've never bought travel insurance, but I will do so on my next cruise. Cat Rose. Oh no, Kenneth Chow. Big expensive emergency without travel insurance. You got it, Kenneth. You were absolutely right. Cat Rose. What the freaking hell? He could die. Yes. Sylvia, tell me the boy didn't die. He didn't die. Sylvan Forrest. I have to think that the Good Samaritan law doesn't apply in Mexico. Bingo. That is right. They do not have to keep you in there. They can kick your sorry butt out of there. Cat Chat Fever. Hello, all. Kenneth Chow. Go fund me. Sarita Duplessis. Can anyone tell me if the credit card insurance is any good like our travel agents? Well, it depends on your credit card and the credit card provider. And the only way you're going to know is to contact these guys and have them send you an email with a link to all the coverage you have or don't have. But I can tell you off the top of my head, if you've got a credit card travel insurance, there may be so many limitations on the amount of coverage. It might only be $5,000. It might be $20,000, but you pay the first 10. It might not cover, everything you need. I highly recommend any of you out there who are thinking of getting travel insurance, if you're going to travel more than once, twice, 3 times a year, you're going to travel more than once. I would strongly urge you to talk to your own home or life insurance or automobile insurance provider and talk to them about travel insurance as an add-on rider to an existing policy, if that can be arranged, or it's a policy that you're going to just take as an additional policy. Because if you've already got insurance with an insurance company now for one item or another item or another, adding travel insurance, they might give you a real discount for that because of the business you're giving them. Check it out. Call around. You've got to do it. It is worth your while. Cool Jet, I've learned from this channel, get insurance from here on in. Cat Chat, I'm with you, Cool Jet. Cat Rose, speaking Mexicans. Michael, Cruise Lover, hello, Cat Cat Chat. Paul Wilgos, me too, cool. Cat Chat, hi, Michael Cruz, lover, good to see you. Kenneth Chow, passport is the biggest investment for 10 years. Forget about the useless passport card. Get a passport. Kenneth, you're right. Sylvia, I think I'm going to get double travel insurance. One from Cruz and the other from another entity of a home car agent. Can't fool with these crazies. I got to tell you, Sylvia, you never have enough. You know, and of course, I cannot guarantee, even if you have insurance through your own provider, that everything's going to be fine now. I mean, you may find that you have insurance and you now go to claim, put a claim in, you might be going through all kinds of headaches. But at least if you're using your local insurance provider, an insurance agent that you know or whatever, then that person is your contact to start with, and you can get help from within the organization. And I would highly recommend that, especially also it's the kind of person you can call on a 24/7 basis for an emergency. Listen, say, hey, I'm in Jamaica and I fell down and I broke my leg. Insurance, what do I do? And the person can look up your policy, give you your number, give you your information, tell you what to do. Having a contact like that is extremely helpful. But having insurance purchased from a computer or from the travel agent or from the cruise line may help, but it may be so impersonal, they don't know who you are and they don't kind of care too much. But if it's someone back home that you deal with on a number of policies, they care, and they're going to want to take care of their clients. So keep that in mind too. Let's see here. Cool Jazz, what's the average cost for insurance? I do not know. It depends on your age, your health, the provider, and the kind of coverage. It really varies. Cool Jazz. Cat Rose, me, 3. Paul Willigas, Cat Rose, if it was a Mexican here in the States, he would go through with the same hassle. Steve Berg, hi, Bruce and everyone. A little chilly here in Minnesota today, 21. And sunny, at least. I have the sun today. I can't pretend to be in the Caribbean, though. Laugh out loud. No, sir, you cannot. Sorry to say, Steve, but the best you can do is watch some of my videos where I have pictures of the Caribbean. You know, check out some of my cruise ship videos, you know, where it's nice and warm. You know, best I can do for it. Tom Henry, don't go on a cruise without a passport, even if it's not required. Don't do it. Get a passport and go, because, you never know when you need it. Unbelievable. Sylvan Forrest. Now, Mexico is worrying all about illegal immigrants. What next? Juanita, what should they build? A wall? I hear steel is a stylish material for such project. Tom Henry's laughing out loud. Sylvia saying cool, Joe's with cruise ship, it costs $150 one-time fee. Yeah, it's extremely expensive. I wouldn't use it if I didn't have to. I would check with your own insurance agent. You might be able to get a policy good for one trip, maybe good for 3 months, good for a year, and it'll be way cheaper on a per use basis, really will. And it could be much more comprehensive coverage too. That's the important part. Not necessarily how much you're paying, is what are you getting for it? Through the cruise line, you might only have a $10,000 total allowable, and you're on the hook for everything over that. Heck, you check out, you go see the doctor on the ship, spend a night in that room, you're coming out of there with at least a $1,000 to $2,000 bill. What's your 10 grand going to cover you if you're on land? Yeah, not enough. It's not enough. Cat Rose, all the more reason not to ever go to Mexico, she's saying. Tom Henry, I like concrete. Paul Wilgus laughing out loud. Stever, I cannot believe the high ratio of U.S. travelers traveling without a passport. It's unbelievable. It is incredible how many Americans, you know, I'm American. What do I need a passport for? I'm American. Oh, no, you need a passport. Oh, God, you need a passport. Kenneth Chow laughing out loud. Tom Henry, can I hire someone? Can I hire someone? Tom, for what? What purpose? You should have been hiring people for that big-ass ladder of yours and that shoveling of yours. You should definitely hire somebody. I don't want to see you working like that. That's just me, though. Sherry, Awesome Sunsets Travel. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Sherry. How you doing today? It was good talking today. I had a phone call today with Sherry, Awesome Sunsets Travel. She's great. Thank you for joining me again today, Sherry. It's always great to have you here. You know, if you guys need a travel agent, you should talk to Sherry, Awesome Sunsets Travel. She's a travel agent. You should send her a message through her channel, and she can help you out. If you need insurance, she can probably help you out. Tom Henry, let's order cement via Bruce's Amazon link. Thank you. I really need the help. Sherry, awesome. Hello, everybody. Paul Wilgus, Tom Henry, sure, one of Trump's contractors. Steamer, Bruce, with that T-shirt, you look like Mr. Clean. Thank you very much. I just need to shave my head. I used to have a shaved head, and people thought I was Mr. Clean. If I only get paid for it, I'd do it. That'd be great. But Jennifer likes the, likes whatever's left. She likes this look more. I I kind of like it when I don't have hair because there's nothing to look after anymore, you know. But you know, what can I say? I do it's what the gals want. I do it all for the women. It's for all the babes. It's, you know, my Jennifer Aniston look-like wife. She says I like you with the hair. Guess what? She gets the hair. That's the way it is. Paul Wilgus laughing out loud. Bean. Cat Rose. Yep. Tom Henry. The steamy bean. Steam question. What steamer? The question. Do I need a passport? Is the one that bugs me the most on Facebook. Yeah, you got to have a passport. Sherry, awesome. Hi there, Sylvia. Cat Chat Fever. I think I was here when you were in the upper 4,000s. I think you were, Cat Chat. I think you were about 3-4 months ago. You started joining me, and that's where I was, exactly. Autobot Diva, waiting on a new ID to get a new passport. Right up. Steamer, Canada needs a wall to make you know who pay for it. You know, we welcome Americans with open arms. We really do. We welcome Americans with open arms. Now, other countries, well, there are a lot of people who come to Canada as refugees, a whole bunch. And Canada is sympathetic, but also is also strict. If you don't qualify to be a refugee, you're sent back. So I would just try to come here without, you know, paperwork. Really, I wouldn't recommend it. Anyway, that's how we kind of roll. Sebastian, hi all. Hey there, Sebastian. Sylvia, steamer, a coworker always goes on a cruise every year, and she never carries a passport. I keep telling her to get a passport because you never know what can happen. Idiot. Yeah, I agree. Sylvia, that's a good point. You're really playing with fire with that one. Paul Wilgus, laugh out loud. I agree. Bean, the steamer, I joined the Mighty Bruce last December. Yes, he did. Steamer was here back when I had maybe 100 to 150, 175 subscribers. Steamer is one of the originals. I joined Steamer way back when he had only 200 subscribers. When did you get guys, Steamer, when did you guys join TWB? He wants to know. When did everyone join TWB? How many subscribers did I have when all of you guys joined my channel? He wants to know. Sylvia, hi there, Sherry. Kenneth Chow, I like Bruce said before, I am guilty too of not buying travel insurance on this Crystal Serenity cruise in port at Ensenada, listening before I head on my late lunch. Like I say, you're taking a chance. You know, hopefully through your life insurance or through your credit card, you know, there's coverage, but you can certainly add it to an existing life insurance policy. I'm pretty sure it's a phone call away. I bet you could write your travel agent an email from a cruise ship and say, hey, my life insurance policy or my home insurance policy or whatever, can you add a rider on my policy for travel insurance, including medical insurance? And can you give me a lot of coverage in case I get ill or fall down? Even on a trip, I bet you they can do it. I bet you they can do it. Let's see here. Sherry, awesome. We're expecting snow here in St. Louis. Could get anywhere from 3 to 10 inches. Oh my goodness. Bruce, Sylvia saying Bruce calling his mom's house a granny house. Oh, I'm laughing my ass off. Well, it was a granny house. Everything here had the wallpaper on it, the pink frilly stuff, the pink curtains. It had the wallpaper was actually peeling in certain spots because it was 30 years old. We renovated everything. The walls are all painted white throughout the entire home. Downstairs, all the carpeting. The house had carpeting. 30-year-old carpeting, a lot of which was wet. We ripped it all out. We took lemons and made lemonade, not knowing we were going to buy the house. We didn't know we were going to buy the house. We just knew we were going to fix the house. And $80,000 later, it was repaired and upgraded. $80,000 it took to repair this house from a granny house to a more modern-looking place. Unbelievable. But yeah, Sylvia, I love that. Sam Berg, I am a service tech for appliances by trade, and I run into a lot of where people go on vacation and leave water turned on, water hoses break from the washing machine in the flood. Steve, you've seen it all, I'm sure. Cat Rose, oh no. Arthur, always turn your water off from the outside when you go on vacation. We have the switch. I turn the water off every time now. Cat Rose, so always do so. Cat Rose, I live in an apartment though. And when I lived in an apartment, I never had to think about it. I love living in an apartment. If we sell this house and we end up back in Calgary, we'll be in an apartment again because I don't want to be a homeowner with all those responsibilities. I really don't. Especially when I leave town, I don't want to think about it. I really don't. Cat Rose, I live in an apartment though. Valerie Hall, are there good deals through the casino? Are there good deals through the casino? Okay, good deals for what? For a cruise? for entertainment, whatever. Valerie, I don't honestly know what a casino on a cruise ship can do when you're on the ship. I don't know. I do know that if you are a fairly large gambler, in other words, if you're kind of like a whale, you're in that category, the casino manager will get to know you very quickly because they can figure it out pretty fast. Every night they see the printouts coming off their computer list, all the players on the ship, what cards are registering the most points. Of course, the dealers know, the blackjack dealers and the roulette guys, they know who the players are. And you'll be befriended in no time by a casino host, and they will make sure to have your address, email otherwise, to send you offers going forward for what I would call casino-friendly cruises, where they might have a blackjack tournament or whatever some slot tournaments where they're going to want to bring some people in, and they'll offer you as much as a free accommodation on a cruise, and not just an inside room. They might go right up to a suite, depending on your level of play. So that much I do know, but I cannot tell you about on special deals, like on ship during the cruise stuff. I've never had that happen to me, despite the enjoyment I have in front of a slot machine. Apparently, I'm not big enough to matter. I do get mailouts here at the house, even now, after 2 years of being on Princess, and occasionally from Royal Caribbean. They'll send me, from the casino department, a promotion. But the promotion just isn't worth it. I can get the cruise cheaper on vacationstogo.com than the deal they're offering me through the casino. So I obviously don't count, and it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's my call there. Arthur, you still have a cutoff valve? You still have a cutoff valve. That's true. Cat Rose, maybe. Cat Chat, 59 in Abilene, Texas, but expecting storms around 3 a.m., she says. Carl Peterson, 7 below, feels like 17 below. Gas is 99 cents a liter in Newmarket, Ontario. That's near Toronto, I believe, in the mighty Eastern Canada, in Ontario. Carl, welcome to the show. That's nasty. -7 in Ontario. If you're near Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, it's nasty. It's humid, bitterly cold, biting weather. I went to college in Toronto, George Brown College, and there were days where it was -7 is something like about 20 degrees, folks. Just kind of give you an idea. I've been weather where it's 20 degrees, 15 degrees, and windy in downtown Toronto. Feels like -30. It's just the worst, and it can be awful. 99 cents a liter in Ontario. What a deal for gas in Ontario. That's a good price. What else? Juan, Catalina is in the house. Hi, Bruce. How are you? Juan, I'm great. Welcome, buddy. Laurel, Gurley, oh my God, all the more reason to have a passport. John Hay, snow and 17 degrees, northern New York. Cat Chat, I screwed up my TV, Xbox, and Wi-Fi trying to hook up Roku. Laugh out loud. I'm getting rid of the cable, but my grandson has to come over, and I'm sure he'll roll his eyes at me, and in 5 minutes, it'll all be back and running, and he'll have it, Oh, yeah. Oh, you know that. With the kids, we have no idea what the hell's going on. The steamer, Montreal is one hell of a city. It is. Cat Rose, I was there over 20 years ago. Cat Rose, for people carrying Norovirus. Sebastian, hi all. Hi, Sebastian. How you doing, buddy? Dina, cruising through life, is in the house as well. I'm just jumping in here. Hello, TWB family. Not too bad here weather-wise. Cool in Bakersfield with a little bit of sunshine. I use our insurance company for travel insurance. There you go. Well done, girl. That is what you do. I think that's a smart way to go. Kenneth Chow, thank you for the shout-out, Bruce. I'm heading for late lunch, getting spoiled by Crystal Serenity. Oh, you would be. You gotta post photos on my Facebook chat page, please. The group page. We'd love to see that. Sebastian, Tom, I need your letter. Now, who is it? I'm going to screw this up because I'm famous for screwing up names on the air. But is it Maharjes? Is that anywhere near accurate? Maharjes Maharagon is in the house. I hope. Eminem. That's the new name for you. Eminem is in the house. Graham in Scotland, he said. Gas around $7 a gallon. Yep. In Highland, Perthshire, and we're an oil producer. I know the feeling. Around freezing here, but leaving Southampton the 21st for Spain and Morocco. Yeah, baby, that is awesome, Graham. Way to go, Eminem. Graham, so don't care. Yeah, just call me Graham. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my show. I'm glad you're here from all the way over there. That's fantastic. Brian Hodgson, some insurance companies require you to say if you have existing medical conditions or they won't pay out. Again, you've got to get the right kind of policy. Shop around and tell your agent what you need and what they can do for you. Absolutely. Michael, cruise lover, the cruise line is to blame for the passport issue. They figure that adding an extra $175 cost per person could be spent in the casino on the ship. Laugh out loud. Interesting. Cat Rose, Graham, be careful there. Paul Wilgus, Graham, sounds like a fun time. Cat Rose, which parts of Morocco? Graham, can't believe traveling with no passport. I even traveled with a Panama merchant seaman ticket bought in Bahrain, in a Bahrain souk as backup, but don't tell anybody. I love that. Tom Henry, Sebastian, sure, have Scotty beam it over. Too big for anything short of a large U-Haul. Laugh out loud. Tom Henry, Sebastian, what do you need to work? What are you working on? What do you need my big ass ladder for? Sylvan Forrest, I'm getting old. I can't remember when I joined or how many subscribers Bruce had. Well, Sylvan, it's got to be back in the early part of the year. I was probably under 1,000 subs when you joined way back when. Sebastian, my had a lot of water. My something had a lot of water damage. My roof's leaking. My roof's leaking, and it has a lot of water damage. There, I can decode this guy. Graham, thanks, Kate. My wife and I have been around, and I speak a little Arabic, which helps. But you have to be more than sensible these days. Yes, indeed, sir. Sebastian Shore. Oof. Steamer, I know a guy on my last cruise. He was offered a haven on a future cruise from his gambling. How about that? Yeah. So I mean, they will step up and offer you some pretty nice digs if you drop enough coin in the casino. Yes, whether you win or not, they don't care. They want the action because they figure eventually they will win. Interesting. Donnell, Donnell is here. Sorry, sorry, I'm coughing here. Donnell. Hi, Bruce and all. Enjoyed tonight's show. Lots of interesting news and info and fun stuff. 11 p.m. here now. Great to see you. Up to 9,000, as good as. Just about there, sir. Thank you, Donnell from Cork, Ireland, for joining me again. This is fantastic. Pamplemousse. Hello, Bruce. I started watching in the 4,000s. I think you did too. Yes. Paul Wilga, Sebastian Short. Wow, that's too bad. So Rob Souter, Tom Henry, hire me. I won't do any work, but I'll drink your beer and eat a lot of those chicken wings. Rob Souter's the kind of guy you can hire, and he'll hang out with you for hours. He's that kind of guy. Thank you, Rob. Cheers to you, Rob Souter. Way to go, buddy. There you go. Paul Wilkins laughing out loud. The steamer, I wish Vacations to Go offered me a great deal. No deals when you're sailing during prime time, and no one will give you great deals. It's not like Vacations to Go doesn't like it. It's that the cruise lines aren't offering anything either. Because why would they in July? They know they got the school teachers to go on trips. All those kids, they got them all. Deals aren't going to be until back in June or in late September, October. That's what happens. What can I say, steamer? That's the way it is. Cat Rose, I used to have a pen pal in Casablanca when I was younger. Grace Soboti, hi Bruce, love from Ghana, West Africa. Because of you, my whole family will be going on our first cruise ever this year. You showed us the way. Grace, that is fantastic. I couldn't be happier to hear that. I hope it goes well. I'm sure it will. I look forward, if you're able to post photos of you guys and your ship on our Facebook group page for Traveling with Bruce. That would be awesome. That is fantastic, Grace. Graham, Canary Islands, Spain, then Marrakesh and Casablanca. Oh, that's awesome. That's just going to be great. Cat Rose sounds like fun. And Graham, should be warmer than Scotland. Oh, I would say. Tom Henry, I joined sometime after the Panama Canal Sun Cruise from Hell and before my April Star Transatlantic Cruise, probably late March or early April. If that was the case, Tom, you would have joined me when I was still in the thousands, probably 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers. So it's been a while. Rob Sutter, Paul Wilgus, where are you tonight? Arthur Hernandez, how do I send you a direct story about an experience I had on a cruise? Arthur, you can send me a story on my email down below in the description when I post this view, or you go to any of my videos in my channel. You'll see in the description below the description of the video is contact information. One of them is my email. It's at hotmail.com. You'll find it there. Just send it to me there, and send me a private email if you want. Let's see here. Where am I? Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to figure out. There we go. Okay, Catch That Fever. I'm going to cook dinner. See y'all for trivia. Paul Wilgus, Rob Sutter. I'm home in freezing cold Virginia, says Paul. Steamer, give Big B, a thumbs up. How many we got? 31 thumbs ups today. Thank you, everybody. I'll take any more I can get. Cat Rose, I want to go to Scotland. Paul Wilgus, me too, Cat. Steamy Bean, Edinburgh is a beautiful city. I want to go to Scotland, but I want to go in like June, July. Call me picky, but I'd like to go when it's like the longest days of the year, warmest days of the year. That's when I'd like to go there, because it doesn't get to be 100 degrees in Edinburgh in July. Okay, but in September it's already too cool for me and too wet. So that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to get there when it's dry and warm. Cat Rose, Major League ancestry from there. The Steamer, chat later. Hugs, everybody. Thanks, Steamer. Thank you for joining me again today, and have a good one. Tom Henry, whom I just heard Bruce say he is not a hot male, but not Speedo ready. Is that possible? Tom, I don't know what you're listening to. I know that I am not Speedo worthy. I just know that I love my ice cream. In which I've been enjoying, by the way, ever since I got back from the USA. I brought back some of that Costco ice cream with me. Been enjoying that every evening. It's fantastic. But I'll tell you, I didn't have much time to enjoy ice cream last night with that Oasis of the Sea story. I had to get right on it, making some more videos. Unbelievable. Paul Wilkins laughing out loud. Tom Henry smiling. A Steamer, someone should knit Bruce's Speedo. Nurse Nancy, don't listen to these guys. Do not listen to those guys. We don't want to go there at all. Knit me a Speedo. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's enough wool in this world. And for you too, Steamer, there ain't enough wool in this world. Oh, can you imagine the Steamer going into the pool wearing his woolen Speedo, getting it wet and having it shrink on him while he's in the water? Oh, that would not be a pretty picture. I think he would turn into a soprano pretty quickly. I don't know if we want to go there, though I just did. Oh, the imagery is just overpowering is what it is. It's overpowering. Oh, no. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. That's today's show right there. We end on a high note, a soprano high note. How about that? Laughing my ass off, Paul saying, thanks, you guys. Thank you for the thumbs ups today. 34 have come in. Thank you for 34 thumbs up. Pamplemousse, I think Speedo makes a full body suit, a full swimsuit, body swimsuit. Laugh out loud. Oh man, that would be awful. That would be just awful. Rob Souter, Paul Lucas in Lancaster, PA, running for Niagara Falls, Ontario. I think I'm going to hit some snow. Sebastian, last time I was at Costco. I saw a lot of my, is it friends? Did you see a lot of your friends at Costco? Is that what you did? I'm trying to decipher it. Anyway. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce saying, did you enjoy the show? I'm asking you, did you enjoy the show? Thanks for coming by. Laurel, was hassle in the U.S. Eye medical coverage. It was, and then retracted the message, having trouble with the insurance, I guess. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce saying, did you have a good time today? I had a good time today, and this is only my first show. I got another one at 8 o'clock tonight. I got to get my butt over to the couch. I got to put a bunch of trivia questions together for tonight's show, which is in an hour and 48 minutes. And I will be ready for you guys. And I look forward to having you join me at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight, live on air, Traveling with Bruce Trivia. I'll have all kinds of questions from all kinds of topics, see what we can come up with. Thank you, Graham, so much for your thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Guys, have a pleasant evening. It's January the 10th, 2019. If I don't see you tonight at 8, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow at 5 for Friday night show. And then Saturday I'm on at 2 Eastern time, New York time, 2 o'clock Saturday. So those of you in the UK and Europe can catch me at a more reasonable hour on Saturdays if you'd like. And we like talking cruise ships and doing some trivia as well on Saturdays. We love to do it all. Cat Rose, Niagara Falls. Rob, Niagara Falls is too damn cold this time of year. Linda Buffington, as always, awesome. Sebastian, see me on at trivia in a sec. I'll see you. Okay, thank you, Sebastian. You'll be by. Cruel Jazz, Tom Henry, you getting a Speedo? Agnes, good show. Thank you, everybody. Have a pleasant night. 34 thumbs ups, and thank you for your support. I'll catch you at 8. I'll see you then. Bye for now.